Okay, we're good to go. So I don't have much of a game plan for tonight, but one thing that I talked about, and we did a kind of like a leadership Zoom, 12Ks and above, to really get together to see what we could talk about and learn and like kind of brainstorm all together to make sure we're giving you guys the best leadership and helping you along the way. But something I talked about on that Zoom that I think more than just 12K and above leaders need to hear. I think that whether you've signed one promoter or, you are a 4K or whatever you may be, I think that everybody needs to hear it. And I've had a lot of questions come in this week that related to it. So something I want to talk about quick before I move on to somebody else is, one of the biggest questions I get in my inbox is, how do I motivate my team? This person isn't working. Like, how do I light a fire under them? How do I find those leaders? How do I make somebody a leader on my team? How do I make somebody want this? Like, how do I get them to know their why? Like, what can I do to motivate them? Or, like they stopped working. What should I do? What do I do to pull them back in? And my biggest tip for that is to realize that you can't. You cannot make anybody want this. You cannot make anybody work this business. You cannot make somebody's why be enough for them if it's not motivating them themselves. Like, if they don't have that fire lit themselves, you will literally exhaust the living heck out of yourself trying to make somebody else want this or trying to make a part of your downline work that maybe isn't working. And I know this from experience and something I talked about. So if you are 12K and above, I'm sorry if you're hearing this all over again, but one of the points where I knew that things weren't working for me in the past gig and how I knew that I wasn't doing things the way I wanted to as a leader was because I looked up one day and I noticed that every single day, what was in my head, what was on my thoughts, what was driving what I was doing every day was the fact that I was so worried about what everybody on my downline was doing. I was so worried about, why haven't they enrolled somebody? Why haven't they done this? Why are they not working when they signed so many customers last month? Like, why are they giving up? And I was literally in the team page, like, that I had previously daily, like doing giveaways and trying to do accountability and like trying to re-spark people, like, who wants to restart this month and who wants to do this and that? And I looked up and I was like, I'm exhausted, because I'm pouring all my time into trying to make people want this. And there's that saying that I'm sure you've heard where it's like, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. And the second you have a team, whether it's one person, like I said, or 20, if you get into that mindset of being so concerned with them not working, you're automatically in management mode. And when you're in management mode, you stop running your business the way you should. You stop leading from the front and your enrollments slow down because your focus is on somebody that's not putting in effort. And you can't have that. That's like, this is a silly comparison, but if you're trying to date somebody and they're not putting in effort, like, okay, they're not putting in effort. You don't want to sit there and try to make somebody put an effort into a relationship the same way that you can't make somebody want this, and I've talked about this before a ton of times, but even if it's a season in their life where they need to step back or they lose their fire or this and that happens for them, that's okay. You can't worry about them. You have to worry about yourself and what you're doing to grow your business and bringing in new enrollments and simply running with who's running with you. You can't try to rack your brain around, what can I do to pump them up or to relight their fire? Should I check in on them again? Should I message them again and see if they need help? Know that they have every resource in the world. It's what they choose to do with it. They have the team page. They have the cloud office. They have these meetings. They have the opportunity events. People on our team are given, so much more than most teams are given. And that's one of the main things I hear from anybody coming from somewhere else is that we have such a loving, supportive family and they have everything they need. You need to know that it's their choice whether they want to do something or not. So I think that's been a big thing where people are asking themselves, why isn't my team working? Why are things slower this month? Like, why is this You cannot exhaust yourself doing that. If you take that energy and you channel it into running your business from the front and bringing in new enrollments, that's what's going to change. Because if I look back over the past 8 months, who I started with, those people that, joined me and went 4K really fast right in the beginning, I can guarantee you 8 out of 10 of them aren't on the Zoom. They're not active promoters anymore. I have people that got to 4K, 12K, 40K and quit or lost their fire or got uninspired or whatever it may be, the people that you start with is not who you finish with. Some people may be there along that journey with you, but if people fall off, don't exhaust yourself wondering why or trying to relight their fire. You have to focus on bringing in new people, and that's when you get the runners, and that's when you get the rock star, when you're being that rock star. And you're not spending your efforts or exhausting yourself doing something else. Literally just focus on you and knowing that you're accountable every day for what you want them to be doing. If that, and I realized it was internally that I wasn't leading my business the way I'd wanted to in that past gig, and that I was just running in circles, trying to make everybody work. You can't make everybody work, but we have a great opportunity, and trust in that, and trust in literally just working your butt off on your business and being one-on-one with those people that are in your inbox asking for help, that are on your team running, that are bringing in their own enrollments, and then keep going in and bringing in new people. And that's what's going to relight that fire, not only for you, but you're going to sign that rock star that you never knew was coming. But if you focus on who's not working or who's not doing this or that, that rock star is not going to find you. You're not open to them. So know that God has a plan. People, it's seasons in life. People come in and out. That's something that I do believe is true in all network marketing businesses. Don't waste your energy on it. I will love people through anything. I will still be their friend. Even if they stop working, I will still be there for them, but I'm not going to exhaust myself every other day checking up or doing this or that. Literally just focus on your business, focus on leading from the front and enrolling. So I just want to touch on that because I know that a lot of people may feel that, especially in the beginning of months, or, if some people got discouraged or some people, aren't working anymore, this and that. Know that bring in that new blood, bring in people and find those people that match your energy, that match your heart, that want the same things as you. And that's who you run with. Don't drag yourself down trying to make somebody work they're not in their time right now. So that's what I want to talk about. I hope that helped. Just, light that fire under your own butt. Don't try to do it for somebody else, because like I said, just know that they have everything they need, and it's their choice whether they're going to do something with it or not. So I'm going to bump it over to Ariel, if I can find her. I unmuted you.
Okay, you got it. Yay. Okay, I guess I kind of wanted to talk about something similar, but kind of piggybacking off of what you just said. I get people all the time, they will send me messages and they're like, especially they'll be like 3 days in, but anyways, people will say things like I drastically need help, I just don't understand, something's not connecting. And I think the problem is that, you guys don't want to listen to us when we tell you that personal development is like the biggest thing that's going to carry you in your business. You guys keep putting it on the back burner over and over and over and over again. But the reality of the situation is that is the missing link. Like if you're enrolling and everybody's falling off, or your numbers are good and there's just still something missing, it's not you and your, lack to be able to work this business. It's just what's going on in your own brain. And thing about that is when you take care of that, that's what attracts people. Like that's why I sign and I enroll the people that I do under me, is because they're attracted to the frequency that I operate at. So when I'm on my social media and I go live, or I'm posting, or even just having like a one-on-one conversation with them, they vibe at my frequency. And I know this is something you guys have heard Katie, Lindsay, and I all talk about before, but your frequency raises when you take care of what goes on like in your own mind. And for a lot of people, especially those of you who are just starting out, it's kind of like it all comes down to like mental warfare, because you guys are coming out of a shitty situation, right? So when I started this business, I was working 3 different jobs, seeing my kids 4 to 8 hours a week, and I was in a super shitty and desperate situation. So I was in mental warfare, and it's like the only thing that carried me out, and I know what that feels like, because I remember every single day when I was within my VIP period, and Katie kept telling me, you just need to just pour into yourself. And I remember being like, oh my God, this girl's crazy. Like pouring into myself is not going to get me this VIP bonus, but not doing it also wasn't getting it for me either. So I just listened to her, which is what, when I enroll anybody, I tell them that the 2 most important things is that you will listen and be coachable. Because if you can do those 2 things, then we can work together and we can make this happen. And so I did it. I was like, okay, clearly I spent 2.5 years before, not being successful. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do this and listen to her. So I did, and I poured into myself, and I made that a part of my brand. So I would get on social media and I would share what I was learning with people. So I wasn't afraid to say, this is where I'm at and this is what I'm doing to like pull myself out of it. And as I was learning those things, I was getting on and sharing it with them. So it's like the people now that have grown with me in this business and why I've been able to go 200K so quickly is because we've all grown together. So we started vibing at that low frequency because we were all, you know, just discombobulated, and we've all grown together. So our frequencies have continued to grow together. And you can ask people, several of the girls on my team that are my rentals. I mean, Rachel is one of them, you know, Lisa is one of them. It was the same thing. You know, it was a mental thing for them. You know, Lisa Barnes literally blocked me on social media because she was so mad, and she doesn't care that I tell this to you guys. So she was so mad that she didn't go 12K when I went 12K that she blocked me on social media. And she came back to me and she said, you know, that the only reason that I did it was because I was jealous. It wasn't, you know, you or anything else. And she came back, you guys, she just went 12K. She just got her $12,000 bonus. But if you ask her what the missing link between this time and her being able to come back and be successful and the last time was, is that last time she wasn't pouring into herself. Last time she wasn't doing her personal development. But this time she is, and she listened, and she was coachable, and she went 12K. So anyways, it's a little bit more in depth than that, but I think I might save that for the team page. But basically, I think, you know, a lot of what happens when people start this business new is they come in and they want to downgrade the vision, the dream that they had, because they're not seeing the success that they want so quickly. But in reality, you have to upgrade your conviction to match what you're trying to go after. So, you know, at the end of the day, when you guys message me all the time and say, I want to be at 200K, I want to be where you're at, how much money do you make, I want to know, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, what are you doing? Are you doing what I'm doing? I'll tell you, you know, what I did to get where I was. And the reality is a lot of you guys aren't willing to do that. So instead of hopping in people's inboxes and complaining, say, hey, what do you do every single day to work your business? Like, I want to be where you're at, and ask those questions. You guys, when I started this business, I lived, eat, slept, and breathed Lavelle in this business and myself, and pouring into myself and making myself the best version of myself so that I had that to offer to my team, to my customers, and just my business in general. But I think that's about it. Is Lindsay on? Because if not, I can keep going forever. You already know.
Hey, love.
Hi.
I was a little late to the party. Sorry, I'm trying to get my fitness back and working out, and yeah. Are you done?
Yes, I'm done. Go for it.
All right. Hi, guys. Don't mind the look. But kind of, one, I love everything that both of Em and Ariel just said. It's something I'm basically going to piggyback what we do best with each other off of what they both said, and something that I put on the team page this morning. And it's that every single one of us, when we enroll, and if you're brand new and you're in your first 14 days, rock it out. But every single one of us are given the same 14 days, and we're given the same tools. I don't have any different tools than anybody else has. Em doesn't have any different tools than anybody else has. We all have the same exact tools. In fact, you guys have even more because you have our team page, which is literally all of our brains put into one place. And Em, I hopped on late for yours, so I don't know if I'm already like saying what you've already said, but you literally have so many amazing brains. Like, mine's mush half the time, but you have so many amazing brains in one group that literally I have so many 80Ks and 200Ks from when I was on that leaderboard for those bonuses that are my friends on Facebook that will reach out to me and ask me if I'll train for their team. And I've been added into a couple other 200Ks team pages, and I'm like, how is this a team page? Like, obviously I don't say that to them, but I look at it and they don't have half the shit we do, like not even a quarter of it. So if you have not taken advantage of it, do that. We don't do it for our own good. I don't go because I like the way like I sound, because one, I don't ever listen to myself back. So I can promise you I'm not just going live to tell you guys like just because I want to talk. We can be doing so many things for our business besides going on there and telling you guys what's on our brain and what we're doing and how we're getting where we are. We're the fastest growing team for a reason. So with that, what I was saying with those 14 days is, do you remember, if you are out of your 14 days, do you remember that fire you felt because you wanted that fucking bonus, right? And sorry if there's littles on here, I cuss. You wanted that fucking bonus. You were running as hard as you could to get those 4 customers, those 4 promoters, and that $1,600 in volume, right? In 14 days. Why did you stop? Why? I can tell you that I do my 14 days every single 14 days. Day 15 is day 1 for me all over again. So people ask me all the time, they're like, hey, what are you doing? Literally nothing different than I did from day 1. I go and I find 4 customers, 4 promoters, and I keep going in that cycle. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and I keep it up. People have asked me so many times, hey, like when those leaderboards were up, you'll see Chloe on there. You'll see, literally, if you look at the leaderboards, you have more people from our team on there than any other team in this company, and there's a reason. Because those who are on there, and I can tell you myself included, because I've been on it more times than not, and not even saying it's like pat my own back or anything like that. It's solely because I don't stop. I don't take a day where I'm like, I can enroll them tomorrow. No, I know so many people that were saying they were holding off on enrolling people for auto shipments. You can't guarantee that that's going to run. And then you lost their interest because they didn't have to order. I enroll right then and there, and I get their information with confidence, and I enroll them because you know what? Yeah, double QV is awesome, but residual income for months to come is even more. I can tell you my bonuses that I got for being a top enroller were amazing, but my residual income every single week, yesterday, I think it's Wednesday, right? Yes, Wednesday. Yesterday, I saw you think about that too. Yesterday, Tuesday, was my highest paycheck to date. I didn't have a single bonus in it. I didn't have a single, it wasn't the second Tuesday of the month where we get our fun auto bonuses, and all y'all who got your 4K and 12K will get your bonuses there. Not a single thing. It was just straight residual income. And I'm not doing anything different than enrolling customers and promoters. So when you get stuck, and I know that a lot of y'all are feeling that way, it's not because you're stuck. It's because you stopped doing what you were doing from the beginning for the basics. And we have and y'all know I'm not good with words, so don't judge me when my words are not actual words in the Human Dictionary. It's in the Lindsay Dictionary. But we have the simplest, most amazingest, whatever you want to call it, comp plan that is so duplicatable. That a word? I think that's a word. That one. That it's insane. If you look at our team page and you go there and you use the search engine instead of just typing it up, if you use that search engine, because I can tell you I know a lot of y'all don't because I get the pending requests, but I love y'all and we approve them anyways. But if you use that search engine, you'll find more than what you're asking for. And I guarantee it. If you use that search engine with just one word, keyword, pregnancy or trackers or bonuses or rank, just one word, self-development, stuff like that, and you put that in the search engine, I guarantee you're going to find more than what you even thought you needed as an answer. Because you'll find video trainings, you'll find step-by-step, posts about it. You'll find other people with questions that you didn't even think about yet. This team page started in January and we're in June. That's 6 months of amazingness, y'all. And if you have not gone back and rewatched, and I apologize for the squeaky toys, but avoids people over here. If you go back and you watch those, I can tell you, except for mine because I can't stand my own voice, I go back and I rewatch Katie's trainings. I watch M's trainings, Ariel, Chloe, Jen. I watch every single training that is on there 7 times. I don't allow myself to lose the fire because the only person who makes you successful, I'm sorry, but it doesn't fucking matter who you joined under. The only person who makes you successful is you. Yes, Em is amazing and I love her to death and she's one of my humans, but I'm not successful because she's my enroller. No offense. And Em will say the same thing. I am successful because I chose to be and I don't stop. Again, day 15 is day 1 of my 14-day cycle. I act like I'm running for that bonus every single 14 days because it turns into residual income. And I don't know. Oh, Katie, you just texted me. I don't know any other way to put it besides our team page. Utilize it and stop letting your fire burn out. Self-development doesn't always have to be reading a book or hearing a podcast. My self-development, and probably why I'm so heated up right now because I still have pre-workout in me, is going to the gym. The days that I go to the gym, I'm like lit. I'm on fire. I'm ready to work tonight. I can guarantee you tonight I'll sign probably 4 promoters because I'm not stopping. Set a goal, run for it, do your self-development, do what is best for you. I don't read. It's just not my thing. It's not. And that's fine. But M reads every single morning. You could ship me a book and it will collect dust. And you could tell me how amazing it is, like this girl Wash Your Face, and I hear how amazing it is and I recommend it to people, but I'm like, I've never read it. Because I know if I buy it, I'm not going to read it. That's not what my soul and my heart needs to catch fire. My self-development is taking care of myself. So doing my 3 steps in the morning, going to the gym, rocking it out, starting my day or ending my day with it, that is my self-development. Listening to some like gangster rap, like I'm like, you know, like Lil Wayne himself, that is my self-development. That's how I get my brain right. I don't know how else to put it, but do not lose sight in what you're doing. And if you do, go watch trainings. I don't care if you've watched it before. I don't care if you were on the Zoom before. Go back and watch it, because every single time you watch it, you're going to hear something different. Because your mind is in a different place every single time. So go back, rewatch it, and absorb something new, because every single one of them, I tell you, I watch them like 7 or 8 times. It's just what I do. So that's all I have. Oh, I'm not even reading these comments. I'm sorry if I missed anyone, but that's all I have. Em, if you want to take it away, or I don't know if Katie's on here.
Yeah, I'm going to bop it. Ariel said she wanted to piggyback, but I'm going to I feel like bop, I need to stop using that word.
Can we get the bop it game for our retreat?
I know. I sort of like people with it. No, I'll piggyback off that and then give it back to Ariel too. It's just and this is what I was saying, is like, you can't make somebody else have a fire. If you took that energy and focused on your own damn fire, like that's when things blow up, you know, because if you're distractions and you're worried about other things, or I'm failing, or my team isn't working, or focus on your fire, light your own freaking fire, whatever that may be. Like she said, you know, because I'll have people, like when I think back to my first 14 days, okay, I sat in my office, which was not an office at the time. He was in the oil field. We had one vehicle. He took it with him. I sat in that office for 14 days and did not leave my house. And literally, I think I messed my back up. It still hurts to this day because of that. But I had such a fire in me because I needed things to change. And then you get to that point, I got, okay, well, I don't maybe need things to change. I'm extremely comfortable. I'm extremely blessed, but that fire still is not gone out. You know, I'll have people that don't really understand network marketing, or like his friends from high school, or like people will be like, you know, you could like stop working tomorrow and like this would literally pay until your kids were 20. And he's like, she would fucking never, because like I have such a fire and my vision doesn't stop. You know, I may have paid off debt. I may have done this and that. The team may be this big and these many people promoted, but my vision's bigger than that. It has to keep growing. Like you have to light that own fire. And when you do your self-development, whatever form that is what grows your mind to make you see more, to see the bigger picture, to see what you're fighting for. You learn stuff about yourself that you never knew. And you become something. My dog is standing on the table, eating my Pro Bar. You learn stuff that you never knew. And that is what gives you the soul. And something Ariel said that was so important was, you know, she's doing the self-development, she's learning, but as she's learning, she's sharing. And that helps with attraction marketing. That's huge, because when people see you developing, whether they realize it or not, they're seeing your journey. They're seeing you grow. They're seeing you change. And when they do that, that inspires them. And they want to cling on to that. People want to cling on to somebody that is growing, somebody that is learning, somebody that's getting through situations that they never thought they would get through. You know, that is what people cling to. And that's where it comes, where you light a fire not only under yourself, but you inspire people to dream bigger. And that is when everything changes. So I'll end it with that. I'll bop it back to you, Ariel.
Wait, I had a question over there. Can I just add to it? And then I'm completely done for the night, I promise. Again, sorry for squeaking toys. I see somebody asked, aside from cold messaging, what do? We don't even cold message, baby. I started in December, and I am an 80K right now. Like, it still seems so weird to say that, but I am, and my team is on track for 200K. Like, bless up. If it happens, amazing. But I have never sent a single cold message. When you have a fire in you and you share that with others, they're attracted to it. Whether it's just as a customer or as a promoter, they're attracted to it. I have customers in my organization that don't want to be promoters, but they are literally only customers because they've said that they felt my fire and that they know that the products have to be amazing because of how much I love them and how genuine I am about it. I don't hide anything. I don't say anything. other than the truth and my personal testimony. And half the time that's not even using like human words. Just be you and you'll be amazed at what comes into your inbox. But that's about it. You don't have to send messages, baby girl. Ariel, are you on here still?
Oh, I unmuted myself. Can you hear me? Okay, good. I wanted to specifically respond to Samsung. It doesn't have your name on there. Sorry, but something you said, you specifically said, you know, I'm not able to attract. That's the problem. You are literally manifesting the problem. You're saying, like, I'm not trying to call you out, but I'm just saying, you're literally saying, I'm not able to attract. That's why you're not able to attract. So you need to go. And you know what the thing is, guys? You think that we don't have these problems? We do have these problems, but we learn to recognize and address the problem. So like if I'm talking with somebody or if I'm having a bad day and I'm thinking like in my head, like I can't do this or I'm not doing this or this isn't working, I recognize it and I correct the situation. We are not perfect. And I think if you knew, you know, us on a personal level, which some of you do, but if you did, you would realize like, we're just the same people as you are, guys. We just literally recognize to call ourselves out on our own bullshit. We recognize when we're making excuses and how to correct it and when there's a problem and what to do. And it's the answer every time, you guys, is personal development. But I wanted to share a quote with you guys that I heard in my personal development. I think it was Josh's personal development or mine, one of the two, but it was, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And it's the same thing with this industry. Everybody wants to be at 200K, but nobody wants to do what it takes to get there. And the funny part is what it takes isn't even that hard. It's really not that hard. It just takes time, effort, and consistency. And so many people are so stuck in being comfortable with their limitations that they're not willing to learn what it feels like to live without limitations. You guys are so comfortable in your struggle that you don't even want to know what it takes to not struggle anymore. It's the sad reality. But the thing is, you have to realize that that's going on. You have to like recognize that that's going on, right? And you have to pour into yourself and you have to put your big girl panties on and say, you know what? It doesn't fucking matter if I'm a single mom of 2 kids. Like, I'm going to make just as much money as a full family does, or even more. It's like 3.25% of women in the United States make over $100,000 a year, and 82% of that 3.25% do so through network marketing. So you guys have, 82% of the women that are making that kind of money are doing so through the industry that we're a part of, and you guys have your hands on gold. And you got to figure it out. And that's exactly what it takes. It just literally takes waking up one day and saying, I'm going to do anything and everything that it takes, and I'm going to let nobody stop me do it. And you just do it every single day. Like, I had no life for so many months, but look at the life that I get to live now. It's crazy. But you guys have to put in that work. You can't live the life that we live now and that we're going to be living in the future. You have to do what we did first. You still have to climb the ladder too. And we're still working hard up here. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying you see it now, but you have to take the steps that we took to get here. Just like Em said, she didn't leave her office for 14 days. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what we all did. But you guys have to put in that work and you have to do it and you have to pour into yourself, and you pour into yourself, you're going to figure out what that work is. It's not hard. We don't cold message people here. I mean, that was the hardest thing in my last gig. That took up the most time of my day, was cold messaging people. We don't do that here. So invest your time, effort, and energy into getting into the team page and learning attraction marketing that we've taken so much of our time to do for you guys, and things will start to click. That's what I did. I signed up at 10:33 p.m. on a Friday night, November 3rd. I got up the next day. I did nothing for 2 days, but listen to training video after training video after training video until things just started to click for me, because Katie and I joined it at roughly the same time, I think a week apart. And that's what we did. That's what I did until things just started to click for me. I didn't get in her inbox every single day and complain because I didn't understand something. I went and figured it out. And the beautiful thing about that is, you guys, when you go and figure it out yourself, you're going to appreciate it so much more. And it's going to make so much more sense to you. So anyways, I'm done. Soapbox over. Love you guys.
Yes. That's amazing. And that's something you said that's so huge, and then I'm going to end it, is that don't think that we have it all together. Like, you can literally, I was at the gym today, and he came up to me while I was on the elliptical, and I was watching a video on YouTube, and I think it was called like how to redirect your thoughts to have a positive life and manifest. Like, I'm always watching stuff because I still have to catch myself, and it's all about catching that self-talk and catching, just like she said, by saying, oh, I can't attract that, you can't. You have to change everything. And it's not about knowing how you're going to get there or how you're going to accomplish that thing you're saying you're accomplishing already. It's the mindset of it. You know, it's like they say, like, God knows the how. Okay, he knows it. He's got it under control. He's doing what he needs to do. You need to just match him with your thoughts and believe in it and put the work in. And that's going to change everything. So always keep growing. Utilize that team page. Utilize that search bar. Please. It's huge. There's so much stuff in there I'm sure you never even knew. Like, if you even scroll for 20 minutes, like, make that be your self-development tomorrow, and pour into yourself. But thank you guys for hopping on. We love you so much. And I will post this recording when it uploads to YouTube after this. Bye guys.